Hello, this is Åsa, and today I'm sharing a layout with 4 photos from when we went to it's like a playhouse or a themed, technology themed place for kids, and you go there and you can do all these kinds of experiments and not only experience but also try out science stuff. And it was the first time I went there with my kids. I've been there with work when I worked as a teacher, but it was really fun to be able to go there with the kids, and they loved it. It was so much they could watch and play with, and they thought it was really fun. You know, pushing buttons and see what happened and all those fun things. So instead of placing the photos on a line, I will do them on the diagonal. And the photo of my daughter climbing the climbing wall will of course be at the top, because she is at the top. I'm actually a bit surprised she did that, but not any less proud, of course. So these are kind of the chaotic photos that you get at these occasions, just snapshots, and you can see my family enjoying themselves. Just like in my previous video, I will make a block design with pattern papers that I will place all around the photos in blocks. I thought it was so much fun, and I used up a lot of my leftovers, so I thought it would fit here too. But I will go at it at pretty much a different way this time, and paint over it with gesso. And I will use much more muted colors on the backgrounds, so that I just get the pattern and not very much of the color. So here I start adhering everything, and I'm working around my photos this time, not placing any pattern papers beneath them. When all the pattern paper pieces are adhered, I clean cut the layout and remove the photos, and now it's time to start playing with the gesso. I really thought that I would get by with just 1 coat of gesso, but later you'll see that I needed 2 coats, because the stamping that I planned to make afterwards didn't come out, or it wasn't possible to stamp on that background, because you could hardly see the stamping from all the pattern. I'm applying gesso with a little makeup sponge that I bought really cheap online, and I try to get a cloudy feel from the start, but later I will go on to painting the gesso with a paintbrush. I take out my color swatches for my distress paints, and I choose the colors that I usually go with. And this time I've also added green. It's magenta, it's blue, it's yellow, and it's green. And I will use that wonderful splash technique that I learned. I will prepare the paint dauber with some water, and then I'll just smash it onto the page. I make some tests with on my scrap piece of paper there. Now you can see that the color ain't showing as good as one can wish, and I realized that this layout will be not good, or you need to change it up a bit. And I chose to add more gesso. when in doubt, always use more gesso. So I use a paintbrush and I try to cover up all the pattern papers. The colored paint was still a bit wet, but I didn't mind that the gesso spread some of the paint as well. It was just a really small effect. And this is the background with all the gesso. And now I go with the painting again. And I think this looks a lot better, especially with these kind of busy and not very structured photos. So that's my diagonal line, and now I am using my homemade chevron stamp. I thought it had pretty much the same shape as the photo block. So I stamped a bit messy around the page, or around the photo block, and then I decided to go totally all in with the stamping on this page. I brought out a new stamp set from Bo Bunny. It's called Captured Stamp, and it's got all this lovely photo quotes, and no, not quotes, like words like take note, love this, happy day, memories, documented, best of, captured, hello, this week. And I went with the words that fit in the small white spaces that I had on the page and stamped pretty much everything of that stamp set onto this page. I thought it made a nice border at the same time that it kept the tempo of the page. It's got movement, it's got the flow, and it's got the kind of fun chaos that you as a parent experience when you take your kids to this kind of place. So it was lots of things happening, and you want to go there, and when you're at one place you see a second thing that you want to try out, and you run to the next thing. So, and yeah, I also had a couple of cameras, because that's my part of all these trips. I just want to get as many fun photos as possible. That's my part of the fun. I want to apologize for scrapbooking out of view here. I need to improve my aiming when it comes to putting the mobile phone above my desk. I think that the camera mount is kind of slipping during my process videos as well, and I'm bringing the page closer and closer to myself. Now I will continue the colors from the splashes outwards from the diagonal by adhering plastic dots, perler bead plastic dots, in the same color as the splashes. And I thought this was a really fun effect, and I hope that I will remember it so that I can do it more times. So I just make dots with my glue all over my page, and then I place the dots in the right color. The title for this page will be Fun at Technichus, and I'll place it with alpha stickers at the bottom of the page. I will also stamp with roller stamp in a few different places on the page, and here you can see the finished layout. And here are also some close-ups. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for all your sweet comments. I hope that I'll see you soon here in my channel. Take care. This is Åsa. Bye.